Finally, we're back at TippY AshwooD. And where's Bob been living? Yep, just on the shelf, collecting dust. How you doing, Bob? Well, let's just get straight to it, and we're going straight down the railway room. So here we are, and one of the big questions I keep getting is about the old dead rail stuff. So we're going to jump straight in, and here, as you can see, here's Admiral Dickie Bird on Olive, and you'll have to excuse the shaky camera, but we're going to fire Olive up. So it runs on a blue rail system with a battery down the bottom there, which you can just sort of make out, and it's got a magnetic reed switch which switches the whole thing on. You see the little red LED come on, and then to add the sound, I've got one of these little 1-inch cube speakers. You can see how big that is. So we turn that baby on. Sorry for the shaky camera again.
Bluetooth mode.
We stuff him in the back of the tender. Yeah, chime. Alright, so, and shut the little tender. So this is the most accessible bit of the track. And then we go down to my phone, which is actually charging at the moment. We're going to grab that, and simple enough, just, oh, I really am shaking around, sorry about that, guys. So we go to this blue rail app, which is not going to come into focus, I can see that, which is blue and army now. There you go. And you get the screen, and I think you saw Olive come up there, connect. So we connect, it says it's connecting, and then we come to this screen. Oh, yeah, again, I'm really sorry. So start up. Oh, away she goes. Now, I have a bunch of lights on this. So the first one I've got is a little flickery firebox. So hang on, let me just go back. You can set these on this app. I think you can see that light firebox. So I'm just going to press that. And we get my firebox lit up. That's going to keep his bacon and eggs warm. Olive also has a headlamp, which I'm going to have a great problem showing you at the moment. Where are we? Oh, there. Which, with the switch above, you can just turn on and off. All running on that battery in the tender. No power in the rails. And I'll prove that with actually what is conveniently here, one of the track gauges. Straight across the track, no sparking, no arcs, nothing in there. These things can be, I don't know if you can see that, filthy as you like. And this is a Smoky Joe Hornby chassis underneath here. And we'll go back to the phone, which we're going to try and keep both in view now. There is also some sounds like steam release, brake squeals, whistle obviously, bells. So it is an American app for sure. And then, oh, and my phone will just actually sit there. So you'll see you get forward, a quick stop locomotive, which is useful, and then the basic ones, the lights and the bells and the stuff on that. And so remembering this is Smoky Joe, we'll just crank this up just a small amount. And away she goes. And yep, you can get them going that slow on a Smoky Joe. Oh, I'm shaking around here. I'm just going to go over to the main board here. Oh, mind the little disc. Oh, it's Dottie. Sorry, Daisy. You think I'd get her name right. And again, Smoky Joe. Chassis just one of those Hornby 040s under the Smallbrook studio kit. Lord and Lady Ashwood. Ma'am, sir. Guess we should have rung the bell, but we're not near the phone. Yeah, I'm really sorry I'm bouncing around here. I'm going to have to get the tripod out in a minute. Off he goes on his little circuit. And for my new subscribers, this is Halfpenny Holt, actually. This bit is Halfpenny Holt. I'm just going to see if I can get the sign in. And that's a bunch of coffee stirrers and actually coffee cups to make the corrugated. There goes the Olive and Admiral Dicky Bird. Farthing Falls. And Farthing Bridge. And my furnace just kicked in, so I'm going to stop there. And this is the main TippY AshwooD board. This is roughly 2 foot by 4 foot. Olive comes storming through the station. The auto coach is Dottie. The lady on the platform is Daisy. And then just have a quick overview. This is the factory end. It's going to be a warehouse. And for those of you who've watched my videos before, you will know this has not progressed anything. Oh, hi Bob. The light went off for some reason on there. There we go. Oh look, he's collecting my glasses. Hang on, we'll get that. That's when the quick loco stop comes into play. Okay, I'm gonna just about detach my glasses. Okay, we're back. So I'm just going to go back down to my phone app, and remember the sound is all in that small cube. You just wind her up, and there goes Olive. And yes, you can get it rolling along at a nice old pace. Enough for the Smallbrook's kit. And a lot of people have asked me if this wobbles around. Yeah, they wobble around. But it's sort of the character. We're just going to follow Olive into the station here. And then we're going to get onto the main subject of this video. So some of the dirty side of TippY AshwooD as we go down. It's running on a Mega System points board, which runs servos. Now, Mega Systems have, I think it's Mega Systems. I'm going to have to check that now actually. I've got these just simple buttons, and as you can see, this is all awaiting for a box. Maybe a front panel. Let me just go back a little bit to go in there. Under the signal box, that was always the original idea. Some of you in my last video will remember me talking about a new board, and I seriously was thinking of building a whole new sort of warehouse, Smallbrook studio Emett style layout. And one of my main reasons for that was, funny enough, is actually the dead rail, because Olive has a smoke unit inside, but because there's no power in the track, it's difficult to power. And I might try and find another bit of video where I've got it on my other layout, which is DCC, so I have power in the track all the time with the smoke. But it also, I must admit, some of this blue rail stuff has got expensive. Now I haven't looked at some of the new stuff. They've changed what they can do. You can now put sound modules, DCC sound modules and things in it. I haven't investigated that yet. I've yet to do that. I really want to be able to do something with Dotty over there, which is an Emmet style Great Western auto coach with Rosie, and Bernie Woods is at the back of Rosie. For those of you that are British Outline, you will definitely see there is a GWR influence in the whole layout. I love the servos. Let me just move a little bit. Again, sorry for the wobbly camera, but this is the only way I can move around and show you stuff. So we just have these little push buttons, which are very crudely numbered. But the action on these, if I can remember which one's the right one, I think it's this one with the servos. It's just beautiful. And I really like that. Olive's steaming away in the background. Also, I've been trying to run the whole layout. I'm going to really whiz down now. On one of these lithium battery chargers. The lights at the moment are mains, just regular LED bulbs and fluorescents, as you see in the top of the layout. But Halfpenny Holt, excuse me, I'm really going to have to whiz along here a bit, squeaky chair and all, are basically just 12-volt LEDs. I really wanted the whole layout to be able to run, sorry you're going to get dizzy, I know, with the mains that this can supply and the 12-volt that this can supply, so I really don't have to plug in to anything. There's a good view of the board, actually, almost complete. Okay, I'll stop it. So back to the point in hand, actually. Yeah, I do love those servos. They'll run on that 12-volt system. I've got lighting that will run on that 12-volt system.
But as I said, there's no power in any of the tracks, so there's no power anywhere in any of the boards as such. The track could basically be pieces of plastic. The boards are actually quite a size with the battery, and in Dotty and Rosie, all of that lives inside the auto coach in Dotty. I'd like to be able to put them into individual locos, but that's not the easiest thing to do, and with smaller chips it's more likely more possible. I don't know if it is or not. So if there was power in the board, I'm just going to wobble around again. Actually, I'll go a little slower so you can have a good look around. There's my little coaling stage. Oops, squeaky chair. The signal box has lighting. It also actually has a soundboard inside it from an old, well, for actually you can buy them for greeting cards. The engine shed has a flickering outside gas light. It actually has flickering inside gas lights, and at the moment they run on these batteries, which is, I'd like to be able to power them all on one power source with a switch, which sort of if it makes sense. I'm still wobbling around, sorry about that. So that was the reason for me thinking of building a whole new board. I've got to figure a way of putting power into this board and DCC power into all of this track, bus rails and all that sort of stuff, and then, you know, drop lines. And it's a lot of work with all this scenery. Even though a lot of the scenery does actually come apart, I made it so I can actually take this stuff off relatively easily. So I could do future projects, but it is a little bit of a mammoth undertaking at the moment, so we'll see. Into the coaling stage. Quick toot to see if we can get the point to move. There we go. See the signalman's awake. Oh. Let's try going the right way. This is a real warts and all for TippY AshwooD. And now we just hit the shutdown switch. Well, I've noticed that I have quite a few more subscribers. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of TippY AshwooD. And I'll try and do my usual 4 a year. I try and do a seasonal video every year. But unfortunately that's not worked out in the last little while. Time is the one thing that does elude us all. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. and we'll see you again soon.
Good night.